Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing fine. And in this video, I'd like to talk more about the pointers and what arrays. Well, I think talking about arrays now, and then it's kind of advanced, not tough. Got it? So it will be easy only, but somewhat a bit advanced. So like, let's create a 2D array. Int g of 3 and then 2. Okay, now we created a 2D array with 3 rows and 2 columns. And now what if I want to print the value of g. Alright, value of g is percent %u and then slash n, and now here I like to use just g. hmm. Control C, print it again. Now here instead of just g, use z of 0 and write z of 0 here, and in this write z of 0 and 0, and here use and write the same thing here too. Now let's print it and see what it will do. Alright, what it's doing is it's printing the value of g, that is we declared a 2D array which is what whose name is z, and then we are printing this values of g. What this g means, g of 0 means z of z and g of 0 0. Okay, what this 3 means, and these 3 are giving the same value. Well, it's the address, and so we are using percent %u, that is unsigned integer sign. And now what this g means is first of all, g is a 2D array. So g, just if we write g, then what that g means is the address of the whole array, that is the whole 2D array. Suppose let's like initialize the array here too. Let's initialize it like 3 rows and 2 columns, right? So 1 2 and then 3 4 and then wait a second, put comma, and then 5 and 6. See, this is a 2D array with 3 rows and 2 columns. Now this, what g represents is, it represents the whole address, that is it points to the whole 2D array. Here it will point at the start. Now what this g of 0 will do is it's like that it points to the 0th row, that is g of 0 means it's a row, right? So g of 0 is what the first row, so g of 1 is the second row, g of 2 is the third row. Suppose if we give here g of 1 instead of g of 0, let's try to see what will print. Now it, see, the first and last are same, but the inner one is different. See, this is at 624 and this is at 632, that is 8 byte difference. That is, since each row is having two integer types, so it takes 8 bytes, so it's 8 byte difference is there. That's what I'm talking about. So g of 0 means just the first row, g of 1 means just the second row, that is g of 0 represents the address for this particular row, g of 0 represents for this particular row, g of 2 represents for this particular row. And what this g of and g of 0 and 0 is just for the particular element. Okay, now if you write here 2 0, it represents the third row and the first element, okay, first column. So now let's see what the output will be. look at here, 16 byte difference is there because of two rows. Each row is 8 bytes. 16 byte difference is there, 624 to 640. That's how the output will be there. Now if you wanna look at these sizes, all you have to do is you can write the whole thing again for printing the sizes here, and just mention size of here, and you can write the size of 0 here, size of this one. So wait a second. Just cut it. Size of control V. Alright, now instead of writing the size value, you can write the size. Now let's see what the output will be. Look at this, the value of this, the 1 minute here, 1 minute, size of z of 0, yeah, it's fine. Alright. Z of 20 and Z of 20. Alright, instead of and I should use this. So now let's see what the output will be. Now look at it. See, the size of Z is 24 because it has 8, no, not 8 but 6 integers in the whole 2D array. So 6 into 4, 24. But G of 0, I told that it's only the first row, so it has 2 elements, so size is 8. And now this, the size of not and but it's like G, particular element, not address, it's just some printing mistake, and it's 4 because it's just only particular element of the array. And I hope you guys understand this. Alright, if you don't, just don't worry, because just watch the tutorial again, you guys can easily understand it. This is for the whole array, this is for that particular row, and this is for that particular element. So the sizes are different but the addresses will be same. If you write as this as 0 of 0, okay, now what we'll do is for the same element, this is for same element, this is for same row, this is for total. Okay, and this is for today's tutorial, and in the next tutorial I'll talk about something similar, but I'll be using pointers there. So don't forget to watch it and don't forget to subscribe.